Hello. So, I'm taking on a challenge. I've seen people do this while they're driving. I think they usually have a phone mount, and I do not have a phone mount. So it's going to be an extra challenge for me. And, extra challenging. Because I have to drive and think at the same time, which is something I'm not used to doing. So we'll see how this goes. So I had a conversation about warfare. So it's amazing how the normie doesn't understand warfare. Fucking smudge on my glasses, whatever. So the normie doesn't understand warfare. The normie thinks warfare is like missiles flying in the air and nukes exploding cities, which is warfare, right? That's part of warfare. But that's not, I don't want to say it's not significant, because it is significant, but it's not like the main outlet of warfare. The main outlet of warfare is propaganda. And the propaganda machine is what determines the victor in modern warfare, really. It's a little bit different, though, because you don't really, you sort of do, you sort of don't. It's just, it looks different than old school warfare of I'm going to break your fucking castle walls down and murder your king, right? Like, it's a lot different than that, obviously. And, so everyone's worried about, like, oh God, World War III, we're gonna like just blow each other. And I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think that would ever happen, because it's not profitable to do that. It's the gain is like nothing, basically, because everything's global now. There's no gain, and it's like exponentially infinite loss. So that's not gonna happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be from someone who basically just wants to destroy all of humanity. Someone who's like fucking insane, like absolutely insane, like puts Hitler to shame kind of insane, right? So anyway, all that aside, the propaganda machine is modern warfare. And if we're talking about the next war, right? Which is already ongoing. So it's already happening. We're already at war. It's just not like declared, right? And there is physical threat. There's not real physical threat. There aren't literal missiles flying in the air and shit like that. So you understand this. I'm sure you understand this. Or I hope you understand this. If you don't, I will attempt to explain it here while driving. So, the InfoWars is propaganda, basically. It's just the propaganda machine. So when we're talking about who has the better propaganda machine, the United States versus China. That's sort of the conversation that I had, was like, yeah, it's going to be the United States on one side. Yeah, it's going to be China on the other side. Pretty much, right? You'll have Russia with China, and you'll have some European assholes with the United States, but who cares? It's amazing. Mainly the United States and China. So, I didn't say this because it's a typical fucking normie who doesn't understand shit and doesn't, they just watch media, and whatever media tells them is reality, which is stupid and idiotic. Anyway, so number one, observe our militaries. So, I'm not really like a war history kind of guy. I'm not really like this is what happened in this war and blah, 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 right? That's not really who I am, so I'm not super knowledgeable on like foreign policy and wars and stuff, but I understand game theory, and I understand it very well. So take a quick look at our military versus the Chinese military. So China's military embraces masculinity, and our military embraces like throwing fucking women in combat situations for God knows what reason. And it supports, getting a bunch of fucking trannies in your military and promoting them to high ranks and giving them responsibility, right? For some God, I don't fucking know, because we're fucking idiots, and we place. So when we're talking about game theory, we're pretty much talking about intuition. And when we're talking about intuition, we're talking about religion. This is something taught to me by someone on Twitter, and it's a very valuable thing to understand, and it's one of those things that you sort of know it, but you haven't really put it into words yet, and that is, intuition is downstream from religion. So whatever my intuition is speaking to me, it's my religion that's granting that voice upon me. So that intuition is what's going to influence game theory. Basically, the way that we theorize things and the way that we manipulate these structures, like our military, that's going to be, it's not all or nothing. It's not black or white. It's mainly influenced by religious intuition, which infiltrates whatever game theory that we're trying to play, whatever the game is that we're playing. So China's religion is like, China's religion is just like nationalism. It's like China number one, fuck everyone else. That's China's religion. So China's structures are going to be mainly created to benefit China, right? United States is going to be created to benefit, who the fuck knows? To benefit trannies and faggots. Benefit trannies and gays and women, which is not favorable to, like, military endeavors. Okay? Like, these people should not be in any kind of combat situation because they don't fucking understand combat. None of these people have been in a fight. Number one, they've never been in a fight in their lives, I guarantee you. And if they have been, it was some stupid ass, like, scrap in a goddamn alley. But, like, a trained professional fight and, like, a trained professional firefighter, and these kind of people are the people who should be making the serious decisions and who should be in the highest level of responsibility. Not some goddamn tranny who said he was a woman or whatever, right? Stupid shit like this. And sure as hell not women, because women are horrible at game theory kind of stuff. Women are horrible strategists. And it's not anything against women, it's just reality. Have you ever fucking talked to a woman before about strategic things? They suck. They fucking suck at it. They're good at executing. They're good at executing things in, like, business settings and things like that. But, like, coming up with a vision, coming up with a strategy, like, we're going to do all of these things and we're going to execute it like this. They're not good at coming up with that shit. They're good at, like, being told what to do because they're followers. Right? I mean, like, put them out in the middle of fucking combat, right? Put them out in fucking combat and see how well they start barking out orders. It's just not going to happen. So, number one, that's difference in military. So, already, God, there's no comparison, man. There's not even a comparison to make there. It's, like, night and day difference. Number two, look at the ideologies that our countries serve. So, China is communist. Can you imagine trying to fucking sell communism? They've done it. They've sold it to their citizens. And yeah, it's not all their citizens, but guess what? Democracy is a hell of a lot easier of a sell, and that's what we've sold here, right? Democracy. But they haven't sold that to everyone here either. And democracy is a fucking easy sell. So, like, again, like, look at the difference. So whose propaganda machine is stronger? Which is what matters. That's what matters. What do you think's more effective? You think it's more effective to just, like, bang your head against the wall, just fire missiles at some country? Or do you think it would be more beneficial to just have a country eat itself? This is why the war is happening now. It's already here. But yeah, so the war's already here, and we're already losing it because they're already doing that. They're already making our country eat ourselves. But so they have a way stronger propaganda machine than we do. It's way more effective, and it serves them rather than, like, serving foreign interests and, like, weird shit. So we're kind of fucked on both fronts. And I brought up the democracy versus communism thing as it just occurred to me today. They've sold their citizens on communism. That seems like a pretty tough sell. Just like the Middle East has sold its citizens on, whatever, Muslim stuff. Sharia law and all this kind of shit, right? That's what they've sold their citizens on. Seems like a pretty difficult sell, but it's not. It's not, because that's just the culture over there. Anyway, I don't want to get too heady into this, because I don't really care to get too heady into these kinds of things. Just know that we're at a huge disadvantage on both fronts, which means if we declared war and legitimately launched up that machine, we would get our fucking asses handed to us so quickly. It wouldn't even be funny. So that's sort of what I've been thinking about today. I've been thinking about stuff all the time. I haven't been doing many of these. I want to do more of them. It's just semi-hard to find the time and the place to do it. But if I can figure out how to do it in the car and get comfortable doing it in the car, which is a little challenging. It's proving to be a little bit challenging because I'm having to focus on many things at once. But I seem to be doing okay, and I'll get the hang of it eventually. But I really want to do one on, number one, women and pickup artistry. Because I think there's, mainly because I'm a Christian, there's a lot of sort of, pickup artistry is bad and this kind of thing. Oh, fuck it, maybe I'll just do this real quick instead of doing a whole separate video. So, yes, you could say that pickup artistry is not a good thing, and I would semi-agree with it. But pickup artistry is preferable to being some, virgin-ass dweeb who rationalizes why he's a virgin, right? And what I mean by that is, how do you put it? There are a lot of believers who have no fucking game at all. They have no game whatsoever. And they'll say things like, "Well, I'll just wait till married. I just wait to have sex until I'm married." But then it's like, well, you're never gonna get married because you have no game whatsoever. Well, I just blah blah blah, and everything's a rationalization. Everything is this excuse. There's zero charisma about them. And what they miss is pickup artistry. What a pickup artist is trying to do is trying to emulate a good leader. That's all pickup artistry is trying to emulate. And what it's trying to teach is, what does a good leader look like? What does a good leader act like? Now, I didn't understand this until I got married. When I got married, that's when I really started understanding everything. Because it was like, what would you say? It's like, you can be told things, and you can sort of you can have information but not know it intimately, right? You need to experience it in order to know it. And when I got married, I experienced every single bit of it. I got, you can think things like, oh yeah, but not all women are this way. And it's like, dude, no, yeah, fucking all women are this way. And the reason why they're this way is not just to psychologically fucking torture men. So, I'll clarify. Let me clarify. So, some women shit test a lot harder than other women, but all women shit test. And the shit test only reveals. The shit test isn't a lie. If that makes sense. So it's not like a mechanism used in order to deceive. It's a mechanism that's used in order to reveal you and who you are. What a woman's trying to do when she shit tests you is reveal your flaws. And it works, right? They do it because it fucking works. Most men don't know how to handle shit tests. And there's a very, very fine line between a shit test and an actual thing, an actual problem. I don't know how you want to phrase it. An actual concern. Very fine line. And they will use actual problems and actual concerns in order to shit test, right? This is all part of the equation. And they're doing that to see if you're a good leader or not. Plain and simple. That's what they're looking for. Is this man a good leader or is he not? Because what a good leader does in a shit test kind of situation is he says, this isn't a fucking concern to me, and I'm going to ignore it. And if you think it's that big of a deal, you can fuck off. Right? Like, you may not say it that way, but that's basically going to be your attitude with something that's of no concern to you. Other things that good leaders do is they take responsibility, right? They take responsibility for their shit. They look out for the people who are underneath them. These are all things that good leaders do. And a woman is underneath the man, right? This isn't like just some Christian thing. Like, oh yeah, because the Bible says so. Like, no. Because fucking reality says so. Because when you look at any relationship, male-female relationship, the man is either leading or he's fucked. He's either leading or he's dog food. That's just reality. This isn't some like ideological bias. This is reality. And what men don't understand about women is this. They don't understand that, you know, some women shit test harder than other women. And yes, there are women that will shit test you into oblivion. The answer that you're looking for is not like, well, I'm going to try to reason with this. No, there is no reasoning with it. That's the fucking point. You tell her to fuck off, right? You say, get the fuck out. That's what you say. And you would be shocked. You would be shocked at how effective that is and how that works. That works. That's what's going to work, is saying, get the fuck out. I don't fucking need you. I don't need you and I don't need your shit. Get out. And guess what? They either get out because, you know, they're so fucking full of themselves, and you don't want that anyways. You don't want a woman like that. So good that she got out. That's good. Or she shapes the fuck up and shuts the fuck up, which is like 20,000 times more likely, unless you're weird and she's already gotten like other negative signals about you. Anyway, never underestimate the power of fuck off. Number one, never underestimate the power of fuck off in like sales situations, because really at the end of the day, sales and picking up women is pretty much the same skill. So that the reason why is because sales is essentially leadership, and sales is how you use your charisma in order to influence others. And one of the things that people are really good at is picking up when you're desperate, and you do not want to be perceived as desperate in a sales situation or with a woman. If they pick up that shit, you are dog food. And you must not become dog food, because if you are dog food, the doggy eats you. Anyway, I just arrived at my destination, so I'm gonna shut this shit off. Don't underestimate the power of fuck off. Never underestimate the power of fuck off, okay? When it comes to women, it works like magic. And the reason why it works like magic is because that's what a good leader does. A good leader says, fuck you, I don't need you, I'll go get someone else, I'll go work with someone else, I'll go find another goddamn client, whatever, right? That's what a good leader does. I'm gonna get shit done, and I'm gonna do it my way, because this is my vision, and this is my rodeo. I don't know, it's my fucking vision, it's my family, I am responsible for it, and therefore I must make sure that it is pure in as far as my vision is concerned, right? I'm leaving it at that. Farewell, gents.